Episode 7 on Bad Decisions with Jazz. Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to my channel. How exciting that we're on episode 7. If you haven't heard the most amazing news ever, I uploaded a YouTube video, so please go watch it, like it, subscribe it. I would definitely appreciate that so I could keep making more amazing content. So what are we talking about today? I figured that I would kind of change things up a little bit, maybe talk about the topic first and then jump into everything in my life and how I feel, and I just think it would be a little bit better. That way people who actually want to hear this topic can definitely hear it. So yeah, let's jump into it. Today we are talking about compromising versus settling, which is a very controversial topic, which you guys know I love those kinds of topics that really evolve around the emotional welfare of your being, right? So it's important to know before we start into all this that compromising on your wants is a good thing, but you should never settle on your needs. We're going to talk about compromising versus settling within your personal life, your professional life, and within your relationship. Compromising is defined by the merging of two ideas, so it's accepting less of one thing to have more in another. It's a joint agreement, we'll say. And settling is basically accepting less in its entirety. It's complacency. It's being taken advantage of. It's not really a negotiation, but the term "it is what it is" literally in regards to settling for sure. There's no doing better, or you just don't know a way to achieve it, so you just don't even put in effort. Really, you think that there's no way out or any options. So what does it really mean? In your personal life, compromising could be creating a mini stepping stone to reach that end goal. It could be that you're compromising your time to be able to get to that end goal. So maybe one small goal will take a little bit more time than you really imagine that it would, and in the end it will help you get to your end goal. So that could be a compromise in that aspect. Settling within your personal life could be knowing that you're in a bad situation, but you just don't do anything to change it. You basically just hate every aspect of your life, but you don't put any kind of effort to really fulfill your goals. Again, that term "it is what it is," I think that really is a personal term regarding your personal life. Like when you're just caught into a bad situation, it is what it is, right? That's just settling and accepting the fact, which are two different things. In your professional life, compromise could be that you accept the fact that you can't work at a desk. You might have to be a little bit more hands-on, but hey, if that's the stepping stone that you gotta take, then take it. It could be that maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you want to work hands-on, but you have to work at the desk job first. Or I feel like it could be going to school first, getting that degree, and then being able to do your job, which compromising in that aspect, you have to spend 8 years. I want to be a dentist, an orthodontist, so I'd have to spend 8 years in schooling. I'm sure there are loopholes, I just never found them. In school, so that way I could become an orthodontist, but that's going to take me 8 years of time I just don't know if I want to do. Settling within your professional life is admitting that you're never going to get that dream job and, staying within that low income job, or, that job that really never makes you happy or lets you experience anything new, really. That's what settling within your professional life could be. Within your relationship, compromising could be that you accept that no one's perfect. So your significant other will never be perfect. Nobody's God. So they'll never be perfect, but you realize that they're worth more than those few irritating imperfections that they have. Settling within your relationship life could be that I've spent so much time with somebody and I'm just gonna stay with them even if ... So understanding compromise within your personal life. So you could give up a $60 membership if it means that you could save money for that dream vacation that you want to take. Because everybody knows Bora Bora is expensive as shit, but it's also nice as shit. So if you gotta give up a $60 membership, or maybe a few other memberships too, I feel like just a gym membership was a pretty relevant one, so that way you could work out in your home, or maybe just go take that run on that nearby trail or something. Just something simple, something that will help you save money, and maybe even a little bit of time, who knows. Or cooking food, I feel like would be another good example. A lot of people eat out, but maybe instead you could compromise eating out every single day, spending X amount of dollars, and instead just cooking food at home, because that, I feel like that's cheaper. You could spend $50 on a new recipe that you want to make, and bam, you're saving money automatically. Because if you really count every single meal and you do the math, it's $30 a day. It's $10 per meal just for one person. $30 a day times 7, $210. You're definitely saving way more money by just getting that $50 meal and meal prepping for that week. And that's what a lot of these companies who send food out for you that are, meal prepped and stuff like that do. Understanding compromise within your professional life. So, for example, if you had this day off and you had this day off for quite some time and you have like a joint partnership for your business and your business partner says, hey, I don't think that you should take that day off. I actually really need you to be in the office because I just got this crazy good opportunity to go take a business trip to wherever, right? So that way we could get a new client, and then bam, they get a new client, and then bam, you get more money in your pocket. I'm just like, yes, I will definitely compromise that day off so that way I could get money. I always want money in my pocket. Everybody does. So I feel like that would be like a good compromise within your professional life. It could also be, like I said, it could be about compromising like where you work. So maybe that 1 year you're gonna have to work at a desk job, but you really just wanna be hands-on, but you have to understand what it's like at the desk job to really be hands-on. I feel like you have to really know a job and everything about it. That could be like a good compromise. Compromising in your relationship life. So I feel like it's important to know that when you choose your partner, you really need to pick somebody who has like similar morals, similar ethics, similar views, wants and needs, etc. Maybe you want your partner to cook breakfast for you every single day of the week, but life happens, shit happens, so you can't really do that. Maybe you guys could compromise on your partner cooking breakfast for you only on the weekends, and that would be okay. Maybe on Fridays you guys agreed to go have dates every single Friday, but this one day that you really, really wanted to have this date, but then the girls text you and say, hey, we're having a girls' night because we just really need a time to for ourselves and things like that, right? Because that's definitely a common thing. Then you got to compromise that date night on Friday night to go be with your friends. Like, you could compromise that one Friday night, maybe postpone it to Saturday or even postpone it to next week. It's not going to kill you. You could definitely compromise that for one night. I feel like it's just a mutual agreement between two couples. It could be that you agree to put down the toilet seat because you don't want your girlfriend to sit on the toilet and bam, her knees just go to her goddamn chest. No. I feel like that would be a good compromise to talk about. Maybe cleaning the sink when you guys shave your face, but I'm just coming for men now, so I'll stop throwing my shade. All right, now understanding settling within your personal life. That's basically that you hate every aspect of your life, but you really just don't do anything about it. You don't do anything to change it. It could be that you really want to get to the gym or really just want to work out or go for a run or whatever that it may be, just to lose those few pounds that you've been saying that you want to lose, but you just don't have the motivation to do it. So you just accept the fact and you settle with it that I'm never gonna lose those few pounds. I'm probably just gonna get fat, and then you're just not even gonna like what you see in the mirror, and then that's gonna create depression, and then you're not gonna know how to resolve your depression. That's just my way of thinking, really. It could be that you've been trying to eat healthy and you've been trying to be on this 3-week diet that's really strict. You have to really watch what you eat. You never complete it. You never get to the end of it. So it could be that you're settling with the fact that you're never going to complete this diet. You're never going to be healthy the way that you want to be healthy. And I guess you're just going to live with it, basically. And that's really settling. Just accepting a fact that you're not even trying to put effort into. It could be that you're staying in the same friends group just because you guys have been friends for 5 to 6 years, whatever, how many years, and you don't even really like them as people anymore. You don't really want to be friends with them anymore because they're probably doing the same thing that they've been doing since high school, and that's a really big problem to you, but you still stick with them because you've settled with them. They know you. That could be definitely a way of settling. Another way would be accepting the fact that you're an alcoholic or just an addict in general, and that you're never going to get help. You're never going to get help about it, and you're just going to accept the fact that, oh, I'm an alcoholic. I'm not going to fix it. I just want you to know that I'm an alcoholic. No, honey, there are so many ways in this day and age to get help, seek help, see it, you know what I mean? So see a therapist or something, or just anybody, really. Anybody will listen to you and anybody will help you. I feel like I don't think shitty people really exist in the world unless they're a serial killer or something. I don't know. I don't know, put some perspective in my life, please. Understanding settling within your personal life. So you definitely need to know that you need a job that will financially support you and pay for every single one of your bills, right? I feel like that's a standard thing. Some people settle with the fact that they're never gonna get that job that makes them feel financially stable. They settle with the fact that they're just gonna get a job that's low income and they're happy with that, I guess, or maybe they just don't know how to change it or find better opportunities. For me personally, I need a job that will both financially support me but also treat me as an equal and not base me just on my genitals, like the fact that I have boobs or a vagina. I don't like a sexist workplace, and I have been in a workplace where it was so sexist and that women should be in the kitchen, they should be cooking, they shouldn't be doing anything really with their hands, they should just be popping out babies and taking care of the kids and the home life, doing all the chores and shit like that. And women's rights is a thing. So learn about it, please. Thanks. I need both those things. So, I don't need them to dictate my work ethic just based on my genitals. I don't think that's professional, for one, and I don't think that's anybody's business. I think that they should just rate me based on how well I can do my job. That's important. But if I did nothing to change it, then I'd be settling. I'd be settling with the fact that I'm in a workplace that is sexist. It could be that, so I worked at Party City, and I worked at it for like maybe less, it was definitely less than a year. But I met my manager there at the time, and he was working for Party City for like something like 10 years. Whoa. And he was working minimum wage. He's literally working with 15, 17-year-olds, like really young people. He was doing that. I mean, he really wasn't making any money. I don't really know how he was financially supporting himself, honestly, but it would be that I'm stuck at Party City, honestly, and then what? I'm living with my parents because I definitely can't support myself, and I'm definitely unable to get my own place and move out, and that was a really big point. Like, that was definitely something I wanted to do at least by the age of 21, and I'm very thankful to have done it by 19. So definitely a goal that I set for myself, and I'm very proud of myself for achieving it. Like I said, you gotta set little goals for yourself, and then you just gotta go out and you gotta conquer it. Settling within your relationship life could be that you're settling with somebody who's mentally or physically abusive, and I have seen this a lot because you think that there are no other options out there. Like, this is the love that you know, and this is the person that you spent all this time with, and time doesn't matter, because I've seen people in love after 2 months and married after 6, and I've seen people in love after a year and married after 10. So time does not dictate your relationship. Like, you really have to step back and assess your relationship, who you are with them, how they are with you. And I definitely see that with mentally and physically abusive people, and how women especially are stuck with men like that because I guess they just don't know any better, or they think that there are no other options. And it's really sad, honestly. You have to settle with somebody who sees those same points of views that you do and sees that as being wrong rather than being acceptable, because it's not acceptable. It definitely isn't. And any bitch that hits me, I'ma hit back. Just know that. You could settle in your relationship with somebody who does not even have the same views with you at all, but again, it all goes back to how much time and effort you've put into them already that you just don't want to walk away. And I've seen that a lot too, because it's just like, well, I don't have anything in common with this dude, but here I am because I've spent X amount of time with them, and I just want to keep it going because once upon a time it was good and now it's not. When is compromising settling? Ooh, this is like the best question I think I could ever get. Compromising can become settling. I think there comes to a point when you're compromising your views, your morals, your ethics, and it just is so draining that at that point I feel like you're just settling with the person, because it's like, you know that they drain you, you know that you're being drained by them, but you're still gonna settle with them for whatever reason that you might think is relevant. So I feel like compromising can become settling. It's okay. Compromising is healthy. There's obviously unhealthy compromising, again, when it comes to your morals and your ethics and your views, and if you have to change something about yourself and you as an entirety, that's definitely an issue. That definitely becomes an issue. That goes to my next question: is there such thing as healthy/unhealthy compromise? There definitely is. Healthy compromise are two grown adults having a conversation. I wouldn't say an argument, I would say a conversation, but a little bit more heated, maybe a heated conversation where they're trying to meet the middle on both of the things that they want to do or they need. But again, I don't think that you should settle on your needs. I feel like they should accept that those are your needs. So if you need to be physical in your relationship, if you need to always be a priority in their life, which I think is standard, you need that sex once or twice a week, then I feel like that's something that you guys can't compromise on. You both are just gonna have to agree with those views. Yes, I believe you should be a priority in my life because I believe that I should be a priority in your life and vice versa. I believe that we should have sex in our relationship often because I like that physical attraction. And I think that you should think the same thing that I do. Do compromising situations mean compromising the person? So with this question, it means that if you're in a situation, it's kind of compromising, we'll say, then do you give up the person? No, you don't give up the person unless they're a piece of shit. No, you don't do that. If it's a compromising situation, obviously you guys got there some way, somehow. So come together, talk about it, really assess your situation and find the middle ground, because this is really a gray topic. It's a gray topic for a lot of different reasons. Does accepting a situation mean you're settling? So basically, does acceptance mean settling? No. Accepting a situation could be that you're admitting the situation as it is what it is. However, comma, there's a semicolon and then a comma, so now you're continuing the sentence. You're finding other ways to change the situation. If you just say it is what it is, period, point blank, then yes, you're settling. But if you're accepting a situation and you're gonna change it around and make it a little bit different, at that point, no, I think it's just a compromise in your personal life and you're figuring out ways to get to your end goal. So no, it doesn't always mean settling. You're just accepting a situation for what it is. Hopefully that means that you're gonna find a solution, because to every problem, there's a solution. So settling is not always such a sinister thing. Settling doesn't mean that you're never gonna achieve more, okay? Just because you're settling, it doesn't mean that you're never gonna get to those goals that you really created for yourself, personally. It doesn't mean that you're never gonna find that dream man or dream girl in your life that you really wanna be with, or, that dream job. No, settling doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes settling could be a temporary situation. So it could be that you compromise one goal, you settle in that one goal that you're in, so that way you could continue to the next goal. That's what settling could be. It's not a sinister thing. When they say that you're settling in a relationship, that doesn't mean that you found somebody who's easy, somebody who doesn't really understand you but just wants to be with you because you guys want to build a future together. It could mean that you're comfortable and you're in the right spot and you're with somebody who sees those same goals that you do and is willing to make those compromises. So no, it's not always a sinister thing. I don't think so. But personally, I think that that's seeing things a little bit more realistic, I think. And given that I'm such a dreamer, I really believe in dreaming and shooting for the stars and the moon or whatever, right? Then I want to settle down with somebody in life for sure. But I also want to settle with somebody who still wants to build a crazy life where we don't settle, if that makes any kind of sense. Basically where we don't settle on anything other than what we want. Basically, that's just another way of compromising little things to get to the big things. For some people, settling is safer. For some people, they really thrive in a safe environment, and some people, thrive in an unsafe environment. Everybody is different. Everybody handles things a lot different. So it really just depends. And it could be that even though personally somebody has settled with the fact that they have depression, like myself, it doesn't mean that they never learned how to live with it or that they don't want to change anything about it. It's just that they accept that my depression, it is what it is, and this is how I cope with it, and this is how I manage my situations, and that's really what the end game of it is about. Or maybe they did settle with that low-income job at a fast food or retail store, or just a restaurant as a waitress or waiter or whatever. Then then good for them. If they settled with that job and they're content with it and they could see it as a career and in their future, then honestly, it's all about being happy. Honestly, the biggest lesson from this topic is that I want people to, more than anything, understand that they do not need to compromise themselves, meaning their morals, their beliefs, their views, their perspectives, or even their ethics, just to fit into a society that does keto diet so that they can look good or whatever. Basically, always in all my episodes, my take and my moral of the story is that I want you guys to love yourselves. no matter the cost, no matter what. I don't think that you should do that keto diet just for that photo shoot that's probably gonna get photoshopped, let's be real. I don't think that you should settle for that job just because it has a good paying job, when in the end it'll probably discriminate you based on your race, on your skin color, you know, on the genitals that you have in between your fucking legs that you don't really pick, but like you pick. Does that make sense? I don't want you to be stuck with somebody who doesn't value you and your emotions, you know, and just somebody who mentally and physically physically abuses you and can't respect everything and anything that you believe in, small or big. I want you guys to know that you don't have to compromise on support, and that means within your friends group and within your relationship and also with yourself. I want you guys to know that you don't have to compromise getting support from one person just to get it from another, you know what I mean? Like, no, you guys should be able to have that as your need, that you need support, both from friends, family, yourself, your significant other, it doesn't matter. I really want you guys to know that you have somebody there on all those treacherous and even amazing journeys that you guys go through. It's life. We go through everything on a daily, all the time. And I just don't want you guys to have to settle for half-assed love, again, from family, friends, and your significant other, when there is really so much to each and every one of you. And that's really what my moral of the story is. So I just want you guys to know that the sites that I used for this podcast today was foundationrestoration.org, Quora.com, blackandmarriedwithkids.com. Those were 3 websites that I really used to take on the most about this topic. A lot of it was personal, I'm not gonna lie. Most of these websites only had information about relationships, and it really helped me come to life with everything that I had in my mind, so that was definitely important. Now we're gonna get to the TMI life, because I've got some news for sure. So ever since I posted that one video on YouTube, I definitely wanted to get into posting more videos, maybe also weekly. That's definitely something I'm gonna have to try and juggle into my time. But it definitely seemed like you guys liked in-person video more than you did my podcast. If you guys are the OGs, you guys really know the most about me, honestly, so that's kind of it. I definitely hope that you guys take the time to thumbs up it and subscribe. That would be the most amazing thing that you could possibly do for me. I would love that so much, because I really put so much time and effort into this. We're gonna get into my tea. Let's do it. So I spent the weekend, not even the weekend. Listen to this, not even the weekend. Saturday, I started The Witcher around noon, I think. Don't quote me on that. And literally finished it at 4 a.m. All of season 1, every single episode. And they don't have a lot of episodes or anything like that, but still, that was intense. It was an intense thing to do. So that was my Saturday. Usually I have so much more tea, but I feel like the biggest thing was really that I watched The Witcher. I finished Lucifer again, and yes, I'm human, so I definitely watch Netflix shows too. I binge watch shows too. Rewatched Lucifer because it's coming August 21st. Let's do it, because I've been waiting for it forever, just like everybody else, and I'm so excited. That fashion haul that I spoke about, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to decide to do it. So stay tuned for a video sometime at the end of this week, or maybe at the beginning of next. I haven't decided yet, but it's definitely in the makings. I feel like it would be pretty awesome to do a fashion haul when I'm packing, given that I just, binge spent. Is that a thing? Binge spent? But I definitely did just binge spend a shit ton of money on clothes from a website that will be listed in the video, and I'll put links and everything like that, make it all fancy. I definitely finished really setting up my gaming room, and that was exciting. I rearranged it completely, and I think it looks kind of cool. I mean, you don't really see it in camera, but I could show you guys one of these days. I don't think it's that awesome. Some of these influencers be having real dope setups, real dope ones, but here I am just being me, basic old Jazz, the girl named Jazz. Hi guys. And I think that's kind of the end in my life. I mean, sugar daddy and I are still dating. It's boyfriend. I keep forgetting to say boyfriend, but honestly, I just feel like that label is so tainted, because I feel like it just means controlling and manipulative and sadness and trust issues and, big problems. There's that, and I I think that's all I really got for you guys. So this video, for those of you on Buzzsprout or Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts or Pandora or TuneIn or whatever other thing that sounds really bad, huh? But whatever other website that my podcast is on, I just want you guys to know that there is a video on YouTube with it as well, so you guys can see me talking into a microphone and all my actual reactions as I really make this podcast, because I've put a lot into it and I am very proud of it. And I always want to say, no matter what, I really thank you guys for supporting me and listening to me and, staying here through my bullshit. So I just want to say that I love you, honestly, and that you're good enough and you're special, and I don't need to see or know you to know that. I think we're going to finish it on that note. Be safe, be happy, and be loved. XOXO, Jazz.